15th century Italy. There was a man, a philosopher, inventor, scientist, and a painter. His name was Leonardo da Vinci, and nowadays we call him a Renaissance man. But what if he had decided to focus on one field rather than all of them? And remember, he didn't just dabble in these fields. He didn't just like on the weekends. He excelled in these fields and led them to become. We've had the Mona Lisa, one of the most famous and recognizable paintings around the world. Maybe not. And you don't have to be a Renaissance man to take a break from focus and apply this attitude to your life. Take me, for example. I would consider myself a typical high school. I go to school because it's legally required. I play sports, I participate, and I do extracurricular activities. When we focus on something 24/7, we lose out on opportunities in our life. We can drive you in life. But it's also important to have a range of interests that will supplement your passion. For example, playing multiple sports can help you on in areas that main sport might not help you. And apply to Fleming and Google as well. Obviously with Gmail as supplementing Google's work. What was great for ourselves is tunnel vision when we focus too hard. We see a problem, and that's all we see. This applies to all students. If you're ever stuck on a problem, teachers tell you to move on. Why is that? It's because something on the side can help you with the problem you're trying to attack now. This sorts of more larger problems in life as well. While we're so stuck on focusing on the thing ahead of us, the solution to our problem may lie in our quicker on the side. How are we going to achieve all we want when we spend 10,000 hours on one thing? Or will it lead to a well-balanced and healthy life? That's why I'd like to challenge Dr. Malcolm Gladwell. Now, if you're still confused or you don't buy what I'm saying, and you're like, no, I'm going to study harder for that test, you should, because I'm not telling you not to work hard. Hard work is a stepping stone to success. I'm not telling you to procrastinate. But let me put it to you this way. Imagine you're driving a car, but instead of a windshield in front of you, you just have one. Not only are you likely to have an accident, you're going to miss all the beautiful scenery that'll pass you by. Think about that next time someone tells you.
I saw a thing, actually, a study that said speaking in front of a crowd is considered the #1 fear of the average person. I found that amazing. Number 2 was death. Death is number 2? have to be at a funeral, you would rather be in the casket than doing the eulogy.
Is a mess. It is in dire need of structure and guidance. And now it's time to seize this opportunity with an aggressive campaign and an even more aggressive campaigner.
Sitting for
was Ebhs, this class in which he would have been able to learn to publicly speak. Why? Because 50% of the time he is developing something. But the other 50% of the time, he is attempting to sell that to others. Now we're going to show you a video, or in essence, two videos, from his Kickstarter video that he did. Okay? We are not attempting to sell you his product. Okay? Some of the students probably wouldn't want your parents to acquire this product. But I want you to watch Jeff and recognize that one of the things he felt most scared about was the ability to publicly speak.
Hi Kickstarter, I'm Jeff, and this is SkyDog, a home networking for families. We've completed the design and successfully more than 75 homes. We've been blown away by the user feedback, and you can check out the comments on the Kickstarter page.
Now, I know it's only a short piece, and believe me, I could show you more. It's long. Okay? But to me, what the point isn't what he's talking about, it's how calm he looked up there. Okay? This is a skill set that we all need to acquire. It is within each of us. That guy in the video who was awful. Okay? He needs a lot of work, but it's in there. You just need to relax and let it flow. Thank you so much for your time.
We tend to save best for last, and the next person fits the saying for sure. Miss beloved chemistry teacher and National Honor Society advisor thinks you have a superpower and wants you to build on it to reach your full potential. So please welcome to the stage our final speaker of the night, Miss Anderson.
Hi. So, power within? I don't quite know what I can tell you about the power within me. I'm just a teacher. But I can do something that you'd expect a teacher to do. I can try. I'm going to start my lesson with a question, and my question is very simple. How smart are you? How smart are you? Now, some of you are sitting there with your college shirts. You just finished your AP Chem and your AP Calc exam. You're not worried about midterms, finals. You know how smart you are. You got this question. And isn't that what the teacher wants to hear? But be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with me. Most of you out there don't feel that confident. You don't feel that comfortable. You're not sure where you're going, how you're going to get there, and you don't know if you're smart enough to do it. And that's not what the teacher wants to hear. Charles Schulz, who is the creator of Snoopy, Peanuts cartoonist for almost 50 years until the day he died, and huge personal inspiration in my life, said, "Sometimes I lie awake at night and ask, is life a multiple choice test or is it a true-false test? And then a voice comes to me out of the dark and says, I hate to tell you this, but life, it's a 1,000-word essay." I just laugh because we've all been there. We've been in that situation where that's not the answer we wanted. That's not what we were expecting. And we're a little scared because we don't know, can we do it? And it's not just you, it's everybody. When I proctor SATs, I watch as the students get ready to get that page turned to the next section. Will it be math? Will it be English? Am I flipping that page? Is it going to bring me relief or anxiety? It's always the same look. You're scared. So we have this divide between people who are scared, people who aren't. Well, that's a problem, but this problem is simple. I asked you the wrong question. The question I should have asked you is, how many ways are you smart, and what are you using it for? So if you're asking me, well, what does that mean, how many ways am I smart? If you thought smart was just smart, again. In 1983, a Harvard education professor that challenged this traditional notion of intelligence. It was Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. Now, I'm not looking at this from a science perspective or a psychology perspective. I'm looking at it from, how can this help me, and how can this help you be better, be stronger? Gardner had this idea of intelligence that kind of conflicted with these traditional definitions. Traditional definitions included things like cognitive ability a person is born with, easily measured by short answer tests. And Gardner said that's not to accurately describe how intelligent people really are and include all of their abilities. Even current definitions that include things like ability to manipulate the environment or ability to incorporate new knowledge generally refer back to things with an objective criteria. What's wrong with some subject? Gardner looked at intelligence as this whole arena that's inside of you. It's that skill set that you have that helps you tackle life's problems. That ability you have to produce a product or have a service that's valued by a culture. It's your ability to seek out and find and utilize in new information to create creative solutions to these problems. That's intelligence. In 1983, Gardner originally came up with these 6 different intelligences. Later, when he published his book in the same year, he already had 7. In 1999, he introduced 9 different intelligences in his Intelligence Reframed book. Now, that's 17 years ago. But I want to give you a quick view of what those 9 are and see if they ring true to you. First one is verbal linguistic. Now, verbal linguistic isn't just I'm a good speaker. It's being able to find rhythms in speech patterns and words. There's logical mathematical. That's the ability to conceptually and abstractly think problems through, find mathematical and logical patterns. There's musical. That's the ability to utilize and incorporate rhythm and pitch and timbre. You have bodily kinesthetic. That's not only controlling yourself, but manipulating materials. There's visual spatial. Imagine seeing whole concepts as single pictures. There's interpersonal, which is how you identify and properly respond to other people's emotions. And then intrapersonal, which is how you kind of are in touch with yourself and your own thought processes. There's naturalistic, which is finding that pattern in this chaos of nature with plants, animals, and the whole natural world. And then there's existential, idea of these larger questions. Questions like, why are we here? And, hey, how smart are we? So, these 9 intelligences, how many of them are inside of you? How many did you not even realize were ways you're smart? Gardner said, every person has all 9 of these inside of him or her in varying proportions, giving each of you unique, distinct, intellectual composition, unlike anyone else. These intelligences can work together or they can work separately. And these intelligences truly define the human species. Okay, now hold on. Defining the human species is a bit too lofty a goal for just a teacher. I want my goal to be meaningful and achievable for me. So one of the goals I have is, can I use my intelligence to help a student more than just a letter on a report card? Help a student achieve success and provide him ways to be more successful in an area where he didn't ever feel he could be successful. Helping a person explore an idea that they're interested in. Helping a friend find their own inner potential. So you're going, okay, that sounds pretty cool. I want to do those things. How do I do it? Stop and reflect. Take a moment to inventory yourself. What are things you're good at? What are things that you enjoy? What are things that make you happy? Why are those things important to you? Okay, you're good at them because they're related to your learning preferences. They're related to your intelligence. You have an enormous set of superpowers. And along with that superpower comes an incredible potential. And if you use all 9 of your intelligences, your potential skyrockets. We all have great potential. But there is no greater burden than great potential. Charles Schulz said so, speaking as Linus. So there's always somebody that's next to me that's smarter. Well, I have the potential, and that's scary too. There's a business website called businessballs.com, and on their webpage they have an article on Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences. It's in their human resource section. Because this isn't just about how smart you are in a traditional environment. This is about your life. And okay, I'm going to paraphrase that because that's what teachers do. It says, many happy, successful, fulfilled people, doctors, lawyers, artists, writers, singers, musicians, painters, they were not considered successful in school because they were judged by a very narrow, traditional, conventional definition. They're happy, successful, productive, and weren't recognized for how special they truly were. It goes on to say, people with generally the least conventional set of skills has the most. Sad part is, because it's unconventional and untraditional, it's usually also undervalued and underdeveloped. You have to embrace all of your intelligences. Find a way to use them all to make yourself successful. So you're in an English class. You have to read a long Shakespearean sonnet. Use your music intelligence to help you find the rhythm as you go through the words. Do a little head and shoulder dance as you work your way through an acid-base. That clever artistic ability as you write your little calculus and trig symbols. Find the elegance in a projectile motion solution. Write notes in bright, bold colors that make you happy. Use that bright blue. Use that pink. Xerox it in black and white if the teacher doesn't want color. Read words out loud, and as you hear them, let them come back to you in your head. Take whole concepts and don't outline the notes. Draw stylized, bright, bold pictures. You're reading a long novel. Act your brain by scrunching that stress ball and making all of you active. Make your non-traditional strengths help you reinforce your traditional intelligence. You have the potential. We all have that potential. I'm not just a teacher. I'm a unique intellectual composition of at least 9 different smarts. I have a set of superpowers that include, I'm a cat lover, a wannabe chef, a sci-fi geek. I'm a book lover. I love word puzzles. I love everything and anything Peanuts, Charles Schulz, and Snoopy. I'm a wife, a daughter, and oh yeah, I'm a teacher. You have that same set of skills I have. And you can use it to become more powerful, have stronger potential, and be better than you are. And above all, be in how smart you really are and how many ways you're smart. So I'm going to close my talk because I need to finish my lesson. I'm question, oral quiz, and I have to give you your assignment. So my question to you is, how many ways are you smart? At least 9. And what are you going to do with it? Well, I have one final quote from Charles Schulz, and he says, in the book of life, the answers aren't in the back. Well, he had potential, and I have potential, and you have potential. Take your strengths, take all of them, Take your whole set of superpowers. Take everything you know, conventional, traditional method, use every traditional, non-conventional method. Enjoy it, embrace it. Seek out your answers and write your own very powerful book. I know you can do it. I believe you can do it because I know how smart you really are. Thank you.
Heard from current students, alumni, teachers, and a guest speaker on how you can reach the power within. Now it's up to you to crack the code and reach your full potential. This evening would not have been possible without the East Brunswick Education Foundation, who for the second year in a row has sponsored the TEDx event. So please give a round of applause for East Brunswick Education Foundation. This night could not have run smoothly as it did without the TEDx staff, who really put in a effort and kept on running around and directing you where to go. So please give a round of applause for all the hard work that the TEDx staff did, and I welcome them on stage right now. And if there are any in the audience, please come up on stage as well. And months and months and months in advance, practically a year ago, the TEDx executive planning out the theme for this event, who was going to speak, when it was going to happen, and they put in a lot of hard work into this. So please welcome them on stage and give a round of applause to your TEDx Executive Board of 2016. We also want to thank our advisor for TEDx, Ms. Tu, who really showed her commitment to the TEDx event and inspired us to put our best foot forward and put our. So please give a huge round of applause to Ms. Tu.
I hope you all enjoyed this evening as much as I did. I want to thank our speakers again for inspiring us and for hopefully talking so that they were all able to touch the power within all of you. Again, a big thanks to our staff, our crew, and especially our exec board, headed up by Abik Panto. He did a great job. 8 months of hard work. And of course, our host.
I don't know how you guys do it. Seems like a very difficult job speaking. So I want to give a round of applause to the speakers for just putting all their best work out there and giving us amazing talks. I mean, yes, we were planning almost a year in advance, but none of this could have been possible without the execution of our board. And it was phenomenal effort today, and I think we turned out really enjoying for the audience, right? I also want to specially thank my advisor, Ms. Tu, for dealing with me through all those rough times, and letting me know even if I didn't get the work done, somebody would pressure me and I would do it.
That's right. You almost gave me a heart attack a few times.
And I want to thank one member a lot for kind of going out of his job and really helping us out a lot. Justin May, if you could step up a little. When we gave Justin the job, it was for photography. It ended up turning out to be creating the banners, creating the logo, creating the shirt, and creating the sign. I mean, that's pretty good, right? Yeah. Me, Vinay, Sam. We worked on it too, but I mean, none of us could have done it without Justin, and it's it's great knowing there's someone out there that will help you whenever you need it, and I really want to thank him for that. Last but not least, the audience. I hope you really enjoyed the event. Our talks are planned a lot, and we hope that they inspire you. Before I leave, I just want to thank, I don't know if my dad's out there, but I want to thank my parents, both my mom and dad. They helped me get all the stuff that we needed. They helped me with the food and kind of dealing with me through the process too. It was great. And we loaded the car last night at 12:30, so that was great. Yes, thank you. It's been a hell of a year, guys. I hope you guys have many more TEDx's to come if you're at the high school. See you next year or the year after that or whenever it happens. I will definitely come back. They don't want me. And also, last but not least, Simran for giving a job as a host. We had a lot of problems throughout the event, and we were able to cope with them because Simran was good at handling the situation and kind of reassuring us that we'd have time to get you all ready and prepared for all the speakers. And she really worked hard for this too, so give her a round of applause again. I'm sure Simran will also thank another person. We're kind of piling things on right now, but the East Brunswick Education Foundation, man. Woo! It's their money that brought us this event. Without it, we'd just be a group of people giving talks to 5 people. So yeah, if you ever need funds from them, get them a the speakers. I think I got everyone, but
The AV crew. The AV crew.
oh, AV crew, yeah. Up there in that booth, they were dealing with all the problems with sound, video, live. Oh yeah. I should have really prepared a speech. My bad. Yeah, I mean, those guys are amazing because I'm familiar with tech and stuff, but nobody could have done this without them. We had a live stream going on during the event, and we released that after you guys showed up, so I don't know if you knew about that, but it was working phenomenally. Mr. G.M. Brown was the advisor for the AV crew, and he did a really great job. Yeah, I think I got everyone that time.
Have a good night.
Have a nice night, Simran.
I am your host, Simran Bhatia, and this concludes 2016.
Wait. Whoever's VIP, we have cake. What? VIP teacher.